Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm Talha Yalta and you're watching SDTV. Artificial intelligence has a very close nexus with economics. Obviously, it's demand, supply, and all those rules of economics. But this is technology which can disrupt things. So the experts in economics need to be expert in technology as well. And that is the new innovation. And how they're going to find pathways and how they're connecting to the future through a safe way, because it's disruption of the old norms, and how the usual rules and laws of economics, obviously because it's a social science and it's not going to change much, are going to be applied, but they can save the damage and optimize the gain out of this disruption. We have today with us Professor Dr. Talha Yalta from the Ankara University of Economics and Technology, who is doing a cutting-edge work on that, trying to navigate a ship in rough waters as a captain. Professor, very warm welcome.
Thank you.
Say something on these things which we have just asked you, and you participated earlier in a panel as well, and then we will ask one or two more questions on that. I requested you to write down a transcript, and maybe you can read few lines for us as well from there as well.
As everybody knows, artificial intelligence is changing the society, changing the way we work, the way we operate, and it is a sudden change. It's a technological disruption. So the governments are now trying to understand how to react to it, because it is almost imposed on us. Imposed on the societies, imposed on the labor force. So now the technology is developed by the software engineers, computer engineers, but now it is time for the economists and the policymakers to make some sense out of it, and how to use it, how to integrate it responsibly in a way that is transparent, that is unbiased, and that is fair to everybody in the society.
Are there any dangers? There are some dangers as well.
Of course,
What are they?
The danger of the AI is mostly it is transforming the society. So it brings lots of opportunities, but also in the short run, also it creates lots of disruptions. Many jobs are destroyed. They are fading away. Whole development policies of countries are now dissolving. For example, many countries, like developing countries like India, for example, for many years they wanted to educate their people towards exporting services like call centers or software. But now with the AI, it is abolished overnight. It doesn't make sense anymore. So almost like up to 500 million young people can be jobless. So now the governments have to think about other ways how to use this force and create new jobs, as it's changing the job structure, the way economy works.
Yeah. Are you working on to devise the pathways to overcome the danger and guide the governments and society and the youngsters?
Yeah, we are with my co-author Professor Yasemin Yalta, we are also working on frameworks that will be useful for the companies as well as the governments to how to responsibly deploy AI, how to use it. And it starts with understanding the data inputs, not just reacting to the outputs, not just reacting to the answer the AI gives, but in the beginning, designing how it operates. And it operates with data. That is its fuel. So the governments should come together with the private sector and design like frameworks where the government is deployed in almost every part of the decision-making process now, but in an understandable, explainable way. Explainable is important because now when we're exposed to it, for example, when I apply for a credit and it is rejected, I want to understand why. Or I want to understand why my job application is rejected, or why, uh, why a certain diagnosis, medical diagnosis is made, or why a certain video, for example, is shown to my child. It is decided by the AI. It's more and more decided by the AI, but we have to make it understandable and explainable, and that is the government's job.
There are some few very novel professions and very important, for example, medical doctors. Now people would go to the machine on AI and it knows that. So they're architects who design building and all that. So there are many professions, economic accountants, this medical transcriptionist. So there would be many professions was a very central place. Do you think they are in a major way would be replaced by machines?
So far, it looks like that. Even unexpected ones. I mean, even, for example, fashion models. Fashion models are replaced by AI now. They are now replaced by digitally generated perfect people.
Avatars.
Yeah, in the advertising sector. So nobody is.
And they'll be walking the ramp.
Yeah, in the videos, because nobody is actually wants to be present in the room anymore. You always see the videos and other media and social media, and that's what it matters. And people are just now seeing that one instead of the real person. So no job is actually safe. Maybe except economists. Because we always explain the society. I mean, the society changes, it is fine with us. We just want to explain it.
Yeah, it's a so it's a bad news for the Turkish model TOBB. Is it? She's very famous.
Yeah, I know, but maybe in a few years, who knows? It is evolving so fast. It can take maybe a decade, maybe just a few years. It's amazing how fast this is evolving. And the governments are actually lagging behind. That's the biggest problem. The government's legal structures are always slow to adapt, and the pace of change has been so fast, and it's getting faster and faster. It has gotten a whole new level now with the AI. I mean, when you think about it, for thousands of years, people lived the same way, and their children lived the same way. They were agricultural people, and their grandchildren live the same way, but with the industrial revolution, things have started to
change
faster and faster. And with the microchip, with the computers, with the internet, it's always getting faster and faster. And now it is so fast that the governments cannot keep up with it anymore. That's the biggest problem.
Anymore. Last question: do you think that we need a discipline in universities which should groom or educate consumer or general public to how to use, how to keep abreast with the revolution of AI, not only the experts in the governments, in universities?
That's a very big question also, because now the education also has to ask these questions to itself. You know, we have to, as educators, we have to design new curriculum and new courses, new trainings, new programs for the new future, which is going to be more and more AI based. So you cannot keep teaching the same material for example, for many centuries ago, right? Education has changed. Right now, it has to change once again, and it has to change very fast.
For the general public as well, who are not trained in AI, but they are just the mere user of the AI. For them also, you need to start discipline in the universities.
I think so, yeah. The government has to offer them some retrainings, AI-based maybe trainings or vocational trainings maybe. That's going to be definitely be needed more and more.
Professor, thank you very much for coming into the studio of this and giving us time. So he's not on the commercial side. He's a professor who's doing research on that, and he also says that we need to learn more. We need to learn in real time. We need, for whatever we need for application, we need to learn it now. So it's a two-way learning, it's a two-way challenge for which he's trying to build a pathway. So I think it would be close interaction of technologist, scientist, consumer, and academia. And without that multidisciplinary on the cutting edge, and that is the future. So I think we should keep our fingers crossed for that. That has to be happen, and we should get ourselves prepared for that. With this, we come to the end of the program. Bye for now.